Good morning. So today I have to go and ride 100k as fast as I can. It's all part of the seeded ride system for London to Paris, so we're in the right group. So they want you to go out and do something that you can sustain for a decent amount of time. So I'm going out this morning with some mates from the club. We're going to go down to the levels through Weston, try and get through Weston before the tourists arrive, because it's half-term week. It's going to be full of tourists. So along the seafront, down onto the levels, through a place called Mark, and then back up and down the edge of the Mendips and back home, about 100k. We're going to try and ride it as fast as we can, and maybe just one little bottle stop. I think there's Darren, Ben, Chrissy and Katie, all of which they are all ride in the group above me, and they're very fast compared to me. So it'd be a good challenge today. And it's the last stage of the Giro today, it looks like, or barring any injuries or accidents. Jai Hindley should be winning. Hell of a stage, put a minute and 25 into Carapaz yesterday. But to honour the Giro, I've brushed my teeth and drinking coffee after brushing my teeth, which is a no-no, right? But worked for Alex Dowsett a few years ago. He famously did exactly that before winning his Giro stage. Cheers. So I better get the sun cream on, check tyre pressures, make sure I've got enough gels to see me around 3.5 hours or so, and get on our way. About 40k into the ride now, averaged 30.6k an hour. These guys have been riding brilliantly, keeping me out of the wind and chomping along. So far so good. Well, we're done. That was that. Well, let me tell you what it was in the end. So 102k, 102 kilometers, 3 hours 17 minutes, average speed of 31.03 kilometers an hour. I was aiming for around about 26, 27. We rode 31. Maximum speed 55k an hour, average 218 watts, max 1021 watts. Normalised power 267 watts. Yeah, okay. Average heart rate now, this is quite good. Average heart rate was around 146, which is below my threshold really, which is great. My threshold's about 150, 155, so it just goes to show how much difference it makes having a load of people riding with you. 400 metres of climbing, so not much in terms of elevation, but that was never the plan. So there we go. I have to say this though, would not have ridden that fast if it wasn't for Katie, Chrissy and Darren. I did my turns on the front, I certainly did my turns on the front, and I even did the last 7k on my own, flat out, but then I'd really had a bit of an armchair ride, pretty much most of it, and they are such strong riders. There are occasions when I could pull on the front, but a lot of the time I was on the back hanging onto their wheels. So yeah, it's really great riding with people like that. But I did my fair share, I hope anyway. But a massive thank you to those guys for being such great riders, but also, what's going on? Just do that. Yeah, for being such amazing riders and allowing me to go with them as a weaker rider, but also just for being such good people and making it such an enjoyable experience, because we were riding hard. Lai certainly was riding hard, but I could tell from their body positions they were riding hard too. But it's done, in the bank, seeded ride. Don't know where that'll put me in terms of London to Paris, but yeah, really pleased with that. It was a good one.
So yesterday's ride was... yeah, a really good one. Not what we were expecting in some respects, in terms of what we set out to do. So basically domestique for James, with our friend Darren as well, who's a really good club rider, and just work together as part of a group to help James achieve his goal. That was the aim of yesterday. Nice flat route that James planned, lovely quiet lanes, nice little stop midway round, and all of that fell into place really, really well. But yeah, it wasn't
quite what it was billed. Without criticising, actually, I think we all kind of enjoyed the fact that it was a little bit of a push. You know, we all kind of ended up working together and really taking on that kind of domestique role that kind of I enjoyed. Like, we always enjoy working for other people. Yeah, and actually. It was quicker than we thought we were going to go. I think aided by the tailwind and getting to Mark, and then I had a very mediocre coffee, which like fired me up. But yeah, we basically, I think James was galvanised by the fact that we were going quite quick at that point, like 19.5 for us. That's quite a fast 100k if we were going to keep that up. And
yeah, we were just under 31k an hour at that point, I think.
And then pretty much, kept that up, and even though it was a bit lumpier on the way back, really not that bad. And to be honest, we did enjoy it. We kept it up until Ken, and then we all just blew, and James basically just pulled away.
He had to. It was like an elongated sprint finish. We'd basically all done our jobs. We were just looking at each other like, who's going to go on the front next, because someone needs to help me. I literally had to like fully tap out. I don't remember the last time I had to do that, but yeah, trying to chase James into a headwind. I was doing like nearly 23.5 miles an hour, and it just wasn't happening. So yeah, we just let him get on with it then, whilst we all cried into our stems, and and then
it was brilliant. We wouldn't have changed anything. It was a really enjoyable experience, and really enjoyed working together.
Definitely, I was just really good to help James kind of exceed the goal that he set out. By a sizable margin, I think, by a sizable margin.
Inspiring stuff.
Definitely.
We go again.
Yes, but not that much
not
faster,
tomorrow.
please. And not tomorrow. Maybe a little bit of a rest before the next one. Thanks.
Okay, quick little postscript. It's now Monday. Legs feel good. Back to hop on the turbo this afternoon for a little interval session. But I wanted to make a quick little postscript because my brother did Ride London yesterday and rode the 100 miles of Ride London in average of 29 kilometres an hour. So only 2k an hour slower than we did 100k yesterday, which is a phenomenal ride, really. So we're both in pretty good place, really, for similar seeding. I'm hoping a Group 3, which would be great. The first two groups are super quick. London to Paris. But anyway, fantastic ride yesterday. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and thanks again to Chrissy, to Katie, and to Darren for being such great company.